slide. Yes. So before I talk about the erotic capital itself, there are there is the dark jokes about the physical appearance that usually being the main topic between men and women, especially to our cohort itself. Why do women pay more attention to their appearance than to improving their minds? Well, because most of men are stupid, but few of them are blind. um yeah, some of people will be disagree or agree with this one, since it has like the controversial things behind in this quote. But before we are talking about the relationship or into the personal life, I would love to talk about the terminology in erotic capital itself. Okay, next slide. ah So let's talking about the capital, the term of capital. When I saw the previous topics of OTA, usually OTA talking about economics. Well, capital in sociology term, it has quite different with economics, even though the value itself it's same, but I wanna make sure the definition of capital in sociological terms, so it wouldn't be overlap with economics term. So in the brief definition, it's talking about the individual property. It's something that brings you economically or socially to ourselves. Well, it can be something that on yourself, on your body, or maybe on your clothes, inside your body. It can give you like the profit of money, or maybe it give you higher social order in your environment. Okay, um, the next slide. Wah, parah.
Sorry, my signal. Okay, come back, come back. Okay, sorry, come back. Okay.
Okay. The second is about the human. It's about the knowledge, what you understand. And the third is about the social. Social is your place, or what society thinks about you. Do they think that you are a winner, a loser, or maybe both of them? Yeah, your position in your environment. And this is the newest one. It was found around 2011. It's about erotic capital. Well, it's kind of controversial, even in the sociology itself. It has several debates that should it be as the capital or it's not. But before I'm talking about the erotic capital, I would love to know maybe what is your opinion? Erotic capital is like what, and what do you think when you hear erotic capital? Maybe some of you wanna give the opinion about about this one. No one? Okay.
Maybe I'm first.
Next slide.
Maybe I'm first.
Okay.
Oh, Afida, Mr. Afida.
Okay, thank you for the time, and hello, Miss Emma. Nice to meet you again.
Hi.
Yeah, it's Maybe it's just my subjective perspective about the erotic capital itself in the first sight of my idea. Um, Here it distinguished from two words. There are erotic and capital. Erotic, yeah, maybe it's slightly near from the term of sexual area or something that make us eager to think so wild uh, related to the sex. And then about the capital, capital is related to the something that we have. So when those term is combined together, probably it will be something that's related to something that we have, but it will be slightly about the sexual. But I don't know actually about it. Just it.
Can I? Miss Emma? Oh, where is Emma?
I think there is a problem with her connection.
Okay, okay. It means let's continue it. We are waiting. We are waiting for her. Okay, maybe I'm gonna try to explain my opinion first about the capital. Um, Perhaps, yeah, I do agree with Mr. Ahmad Fatullah that it has relationship with eroticism, about physical appearances, about sexual attractiveness, about something that has interconnection with libido. So, for example, I don't know the data. Maybe it's just my presumption. When I'm being manager, high manager, I would hire women workers, which has look more interesting. It's not about the beautiness; it's about the cleanness. It's about their appearances. They are looking good enough or not, or they just don't care about themselves. When they don't care about themselves, how could we assume that they will care about their jobs and so on and so forth? But I don't know for wide variety of this I mentioned. But in my short opinion, I have the similarity with that one of Mr. Avida. Maybe that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay. um, yeah, most likely erotic is about the physical appearance, but it's not only into physical appearance, and it's not merely about how you look, but it's beyond than that. Next slide. Okay. In the brief definition, erotic capital is about physical and social attractiveness. So if people are good looking, like handsome or beautiful, but they do not have the capabilities on social level, they don't have erotic capital. They just have the sexual capital. They look good physically, but not in socially. That's why in erotic capital, it consists of 6 main points. The first is about the beauty, sex appeal, fitness and liveliness, social skills, sexuality, and skills of self-presentation. So even people look, I'm not saying ugly, but maybe I will talk it in social standard. Let's say it is average, but maybe they have the capabilities, how they present themselves into the society, how they have the power to talk with other or the good persuasive. They can be told as has good erotic capital. Like the example is like Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin for the face, yeah, he's not that handsome, handsome, but not like the Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, but he has a strong charismatic, and the way he talks, and maybe doing the debate to their enemy. He has a great erotic capital. Okay, moving into the next slide. Even like Hitler has erotic capital, but maybe erotic capital in more likely charismatic leadership. So I would like to talk into the professional term first. Okay, the first, of course, this capital brings several beneficial to ourselves as the individual. What are those? The first one is better social skills. It's like this. I've ever read from the psychological journal. It said that one of the biggest implication, the level of social skills of someone, if their environment give positive feedback to them, like if you are being praised as, let's say you are charismatic, good looking, handsome, beautiful, it will manifestly or latently give you confidence to have the social skills to your environment. That's why attractive person has higher social skills and better able to interact positively, especially to their opposite sex. Okay, not maybe in same-sex topic, it is still same, at least, but you have power to talk about your interest sex. And the second is more competent, but in the second term I wouldn't talk in this slide. I will talk more deeply in another slide. And the third is about charismatic leadership, like about like what I told you before. It's talking about the traits of a person. That's why charismatically erotic capital not only talking how you look, but the way you persuasive other people, the way you represent yourself to your environment. So the key point in here is charisma can draw into the erotic capital. Maybe the looks and your physical appearance, it's like the subordinate one for the third one, like Hitler or Lenin. He can say that he has erotic capital, even though the appearance maybe they are not as the social standard of them in the time. But this is only in professional term. But what do you think? Do you think that erotic capitals have the beneficial things into the personal life? It's like the relationship or friendship and etc. Do you think it has the good thing that if you are being beautiful and smart and you are good, yeah, just let's say you have good communication skill, do you think it will give you easier to find your love match or etc.? What do you think, guys? Or is it maybe it's like something shallow, or yeah, it shouldn't be something take into account for the social life or the private life, since we are not we are not living in the erotic capital anymore. We are living in feminism era or body positivity era. It should be about the traits and knowledge first, and physical things it should be subordinate one. What, guys?
I'm here assisting Miss Emma, so I give the time to Mr. Ahmad first.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raji, for the time. Yes, because of the condition that social science is not my domain, probably my idea is not quite well, or maybe better or quite related to this topic. But in my opinion, those all things that appear in this slide is quite well and will make our relationship in our society much better when we could implement it in our life. Because when we have the social skills and the competent activity and charismatic leadership, it means that we have the ability to socialize much better than the other people. So we will gain the erotic capitals and we will have our much easier to interact with many people in the whole of our life in the midst of our society. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmad. And how about the other people, or maybe like Dimas? Maybe Dimas has opinion.
Mr. Sani first, and then next to Mr. Dimas. You could
Okay.
see it into the people who raise hand, participants.
You are the host. I don't see it.
Okay, wait, I have it. Okay, Mr. Sani first.
Hello guys. So, hey, can you hear my voice, guys? Okay, that's good. Okay, so the question is related to how being beautiful or being good looking can bring something useful to recreate the happiness that we want to embrace in our life, or even it's like uh, embed such a throwbacks that will um, make our life seem worse than we ever expect it. So I prefer to say that it can be balanced. It depends strongly on the persons how they can remarkably utilize the blessings that God gave toward them. Because at the same time, we live in such a progressive society in which there is a terms that called um, meritocracy. Meritocracy. It means that everyone, regardless of their background, race, religion, age, gender, their appearance, looking, any sexual preferences, they will be treated fairly. Depends on how they can contribute to people. So rather than talking only to self-developments, they care more about how to develop their own society, regardless they're probably, I'm sorry, LGBT, for example, regardless they are an atheist or agnostic or, someone who disbelieve anything, but they have utmost sincerity to care for their handicapped people or neglected environments by the governments, I believe that this kind of thing can become an erotic capital for them. So yeah, so talking about erotic capital is like talking about something shifting the way of people think nowadays, rather than only corner it to the definitions of beautiful or handsomeness. I believe that now we talk about uh, contribution. Now we talk about how to bring impact to society. So I think that's a brief summary um, in regard to erotic capitals. Okay, I don't have any power to talk much wider about this ero stuff. Okay, thank you. That's for me. Okay.
Okay, now it's time to Kibo, Ingrid.
Thank you so much. Hello, do you hear my voice right? Okay, so regarding the definitions of the erotic capitals from the three complements that has been mentioned by Emma, first of all, is talking regarding the better social skills, more competence, and charismatic leaderships. So I'd like to take you to another side that's real we grab, especially in our life. So I will try to make it the situations that we feel right now is totally real. It's like what we feel in general elections, or in Bahasa we call that as a pilkada. So regarding the erotic capitals, if Indonesian societies is uh, really prioritize that, if the erotic capital is one of the demerit things, how to make the nation be better in the futures, and it will try to change our nations, because it's not easy. Supposedly that most of Indonesian that they're trying to look the persons based on their background, where is they come from, that physically try to influence them, is like what I mentioned before, it's like religion, it's like who is their families, how much money that they have, without knowing about how competent that man, how competent that women. So it's kind of the things uh, that is extremely different with the perspective how Indonesian society think about what is the best leader in erotic capitals exactly. But for the several developed countries, is like USA, they have understood that the earth capital is one of the nice ways how to choose their leaders. We can take one of the example. It's like how Barack Obama can be a president in 2010. I forgot. Yeah. In the meantime, Barack Obama as the persons that has been discriminated by the people around United States of America, because USA still sing in the situation of apartheid, that there is discrimination between the black and also the white people. But in the situations, the all the society has got the different perspective, how the way for them to choose the person is like Barack Obama, with his vision, with his competence, with his skill, and also with his charismatic leadership to become a president in the meantime. So it's the reason that the variable between the countries that understand regarding what is the erotic capital is consisted of how developed that countries. Maybe this is my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong. I give back to Emma.
Okay. Is there other people that raised their hand?
Yeah. Enggak.
Uh,
Miss Yos, enggak.
Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear you.
Well, regarding erotic capital that has been explained by several people and moderator also, as far as I'm concerned, erotic capitals, if we are looking at from political economy perspective, it doesn't appear by itself, in my opinion. All of those aspects explained here, in my opinion, appear from the economic perspective. How the way the society run by the economy. For example, I do agree with what has been said by Mr. Sani. These skills have to be applied to the societies to improve the society, their prosperity, and so on. However, it's so unfortunate. Until now, most of the skill is going to be implemented to improve the capital of multinational companies and so on. For example, um, better or attractiveness, handsomeness, for example, as a man. If we would like to find a job in some companies, we have to be good looking, right? And when we are ugly, for example, we don't have a lot of opportunities to get job. That's why salesmen and modeling, it should be handsome. For ambassadors, it should be beautiful and handsome. We don't see the publications of their advertisements that people people who are ugly can join these companies. You have to be good looking, right? That's why our attractiveness has been um, implemented, has been um, how do we call it? Has been decided by these companies. And competent also. When we have competent skills, it's easier and it's better to be implemented to increase the capitals, the advantages of some businesses, right? And we can easily, find and arrange good advertisements that can be attractive for the people to buy the things that are sold by some industries. And the last is about the cosmetic. Yeah, indeed, the industries also put this thing in their business to get many advantages. For example, how can you, the people like someone who is a spokesperson, determines and influence the society to buy their industries, to buy their product, and so on and so on. That's why we don't see any ugly people in the advertisements. Most of them are handsome. Most of them are beautiful. I think that's why erotic capitals are really, beneficial for industries as well. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I will give chance to Mr. Kibo to give response. Just a few minutes. After this, we will move to the next
Yeah,
slide.
yeah. It's only 1 minute. Yeah, just give the additional with Angga said last time. So one of the example is not to all companies trying to implement a kind of employee that it should be good looking in the situation, but sometimes the company put their portions how to choose their employee. It's like when you are as a worker in the bank and you have to become the frontliner, so it's the reason that the several companies choose that you should be good looking. And for example, also IBM is one of the companies that is really famous with technology and others, and they choose the disability persons one to work in their companies as the programmers, because the disabilities in that situations as the persons that is really to focus. So it's the reason that every single companies there they have their own portions to choose which one the better person of them to work in their company. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I will move into the presentation. Thank you for giving several your opinions regarding erotic capitals, but I have to say the level of importance of the erotic capitals itself, it's quite different between arena. So it's like if you are in the politics arena, of course, the charismatic leadership, your traits is much more important rather than your looks. But if you are in the entertainment arena, your looks are the power. Even though that you maybe you have the bad attitude and etc. But as long as you attracted other people to see your body well, and then people wanna buy your things that you sell on your company. So yeah, it's okay. So that's why maybe if you are talking between private company, politics, or maybe other arenas, it will have different things of erotic capitals. But the interesting thing is Catherine Hakim, the founder of Erotic Capitals, she ever said, but if you can be both good looking, smart, and has good contribution, why you don't have that all rather than only one of them? This is what she said on her book. Okay. I would love to the next slide. It's about the social magic of smiles. It is one of the little example. What is the behavior that contains in the erotic capital? It's about smiles. Smiles is something that already being the universal sign about the welcomeness and acceptance and being respect to other people. That's why usually for the front font front font people, like let's say the leader or maybe someone represent their companies behind them being the ambassador, they usually give smile, maybe not as the big smile, but at least for the eyes or by the micro one, they are smiling. Like that, I give you the example. The example from Justin Trudeau, the most handsome leader in this world. He usually tends to smile in many times, especially when he tried to deliver his speech and doing the campaign to the society. It means that I'm a leader that welcoming to other people for following me. So this is why smile it's something that giving the positive contribution. Maybe from the psychological students can give the feedback or maybe more likely talking the smile into the psychological perspective. The next slide. Ah, so it is about the second topic. What is uh, the important or the power of erotic capital? It said that it has related with the intelligence. It's quite controversial, and people try to bring. Is it true that face it has correlated with the brain? So I bring you into two perspectives. The first perspective is beauty. I mean the looking has related with brain, but in this research, it is about if the beauty is found by innate, if you are born already being beautiful or handsome. But if it is made by the social, when you were like in the adolescent stage and you are trying to be handsome or beautiful, it's quite hard to find the eligible research one. So it is like the most eligible one. Um, it is coming from the London School of Economics student. It said that beauty has related with brain. So before they create this theorem, they create four assumptions first. The first one is um, if a man has higher IQ, it means that he has social status. The second is about if the status man is higher, he tends to get the beautiful wife. The third is about intelligence is heritable. And the last point is beauty is heritable. So it said that the theorem, it said if the child born with a beautiful face, he or she tends to have a good brain or smart. In here, the smartest, it is measured by IQ. Based on the research, it found most of men with higher IQ, they tend to get the better job, like what I already write down in here. And following to the next point, the status men, higher status men, they usually get the beautiful wife. It's like talking about the usual way, not case per case. So in here, Taylor and Glenn find that men will prefer to choose a woman with the good-looking representation as the trophy of wife. So since if we are looking into the history, usually who work in the working field is the masculine one, the masculine gender. So in that time is man. And the one who should, as the trophy, who should take care about the body and then working in the home is the feminine trait. It is the woman. That's why higher status man tends to get the beautiful wife. And the third is intelligence is heritable. So in here, I thought it has so many topics, especially in sociology, psychology, and etc. The genetic of children, it is coming from their parents. If they have, if the like the wife and the husband tend to have the good good genetic, like smart, beautiful, handsome, and etc., they tend to give the better genetic to their children. And also same with the last point, beauty is heritable. We can find a lot of evidence that usually the beautiful or handsome children, they have the at least one of them, one of their parents are good looking. That's why if a child born with good looking, usually they tend to have the intelligence because intelligence is heritable, beauty is heritable, and higher status men tend to get the beautiful wife. But it has another assumption. Next to slide. Next slide. The ambivalence value of attractiveness. In here, it found that in USA, especially in the Anglo-Saxon countries, attractiveness are not equally valued between the gender of women and men. Okay, in here, I'm only talking those two genders. Maybe if there is another gender, I'm so sorry, I still couldn't share it yet. It found that if attractive women, they tend to get lower salary and tend to be they they don't get any promotion usually. So usually people will like don't look into the attractive woman, like you don't have any capabilities or you are not capable in this position and etc. But the attractive men, they tend to get higher promotion or higher salary and etc. because they have good attractiveness. So why it has different understanding between women and men? In psychology, like what I've mentioned before, they have different value between femininity and masculinity. Usually, the good-looking woman, they tend to be related as the femininity. Femininity means like they just being beautiful, a trophy wife, and they don't have any capabilities on working. They just can take care themselves, but they just being the good wife, not being the good worker. This is the definition of femininity in back then. But masculinity tends to have like they are strong, they have good working ethic, and also they are more motivated for doing a job. In the reason of that, the attractive man and unattractive woman, they are seen more masculine. If like the not good, I'm not saying not good looking woman. Let's say the average one, the average woman, they um, they used to think society think that they don't think too much about their appearance because they give more time into their capabilities in working field. So It seems that's why attractive men and unattractive women, they are seen similar in working field rather than the attractive woman. Okay, so maybe is there anyone that wanna give opinion about this one? Do you think is it like the true or not, or yeah, the brain, it has no related with the beauty. It should be something separately, and yeah, beautiful is beautiful, smart is smart, and it has no correlation. So what do you think, guys? Is there anyone wanna give opinion regarding this topic?
Livia, time is yours.
Well, I think there is some correlation between the beauty and the high career opportunity. Like, I don't know. Yeah, probably what Emma said is also right. Like, people tend to look down on beautiful women. Like, but it's only happen when the beautiful woman try to representate themselves as like something flirty or weak or like too feminine. But if the beautiful woman can represent like a little bit masculinity side of her and can show some kind of leadership skill and also like confident and maybe using a proper uh, clothes like proper work clothes, not like the skirt maybe it's not too short like short skirt. Yeah, it's gonna make people look down on her, and maybe she can use like um, working like using pants like pants and also like blazer something like that. It's more professional than like a short skirt or like tight tight shirt like something like that. It can make people embrace her more, like uh, if we compare to like of an average woman, not really good looking woman. uh I do understand what's the reason behind it. Like uh, I heard it from Mr. Kibo also, like when Mr. Kibo said like if you can take care of yours, oh Aji, I forget Aji or Mr. Kibo, if you can take care of yourself well, then you can take care of your jobs well. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna have correlation between that. So when people see that you representate yourself well, like using makeup and a very clean and neat sheet, and also like you can uh, make your hair become like stylish, something like that. Not just being like messy without any makeup. People will see you as more professional than the average one. Like at the first time, I always think like why the world always think that people who use makeup is more beautiful and more compatible than the one who just show her bare face like in the workplace. Why every workplace make a requirement for their company and for their employee to always have makeup for the woman, yeah, not for the man. Yeah, I start to thinking about it more deeply, and I found that the answer is if you can take care of your makeup and your body physical appearance, then they think they try to correlate it within your professional in your job. Like people who do a lot of makeup, they're pretty. I'm pretty sure that they can be more socially adapted, more well adapted to society than the people who more like careless about themselves. Because when they are careless about themselves, they're also careless about the other people. Also, like they don't put so much care in the society and in their work. Also, that's just assumption, and that is really interesting for me when people try to correlate between the appearance and the professionality in their work. But yes, I do agree that I don't know why, but in this kind of culture, like Indonesia culture, we still more value the man, the attractive man, than the attractive woman. Since Indonesia always and still use the patriarchy system into their society. So no wonder why from the lowest until the highest, like in the politic uh, in the politic industry also, they tend to choose men as the representation of the country than the woman. The woman is just have a lower percentage, and usually the woman who get chosen to represent the citizen or the people in Indonesia, like in DPR or in any kind of political party, is the woman who can be controlled by the men. Like they also have the patriarchy political view. Like they just supporting the men actually, even though they are women, they don't really represent the needs of the woman. They just supporting the needs of the men to build this kind of patriarchy system to become stronger and still exist until today. So I do agree that attractive men can have a better status in their job than the attractive woman. But I found that nowadays people are more considering the woman to become the leader also, and it's not become very strange or uncommon if we can see the woman become the leader in the company or in the political party. Thank you, Miss Emma.
Maybe I think Mr. Eka wanna tell more about this one or giving the what is your opinion regarding about this one? It's okay. We want to know maybe in the feminism perspective. It's okay, Mr. Eka. Don't be shy. The time is yours.
I'm not
Mr. Eka
shy.
first.
I just try to following. Let Mr. Aji first. Senior, you go first, and then I'll talk after you.
Okay. Just 1 second. I'm done. Which woman representing they're having a good appearance and so on and so forth. It is representing that they will have good job maintaining their task and so forth. That's my first opinion back then that had been mentioned by Ms. Lydia. That's my opinion. Now is now is your time, Mr. Eka, and after that, Mr. Ahmad Fatullah.
Okay. Maybe I will start because I came late, right? So maybe I'll start with something that happened in my experience in Indonesia, or when I travel to another country, something like that. And something phenomenal that I see, that feminism has become something more powerful in this era, when women already proven their capability and their integrity to manage and achieve something bigger than a man. Maybe if in this situation that we can see that 8 countries that lead by a woman that has a successful rate to handling the fires, the outbreak. That's first thing. But there's some cases that I heard a lot of something like sexuality or physical, something like that. I heard some of you said about sexuality, attractive or physicality, but I see around the world that really happening a lot. Like in this situation, I once tried that. I have a program 2 years ago. We need 400 million rupiah for the program, and I have my public relation and the funding team 80% men. and after 2 months they fail. They will fail, and I should change the team to 100% women. And after that, after a month, that I don't know if this will disturb some women here, but this is really happening. I told them to how do you say it, like when you are asked the money and you introduce the program, you should do makeup and how do you say it, like berpakaian yang baik dan sedikit and a little more naughty, something like that. And after 3 months, I got 500 million rupiah because of that things that I recommend them to do, to find money, something like that. I don't know what they are doing in that time, but we successful to rise until 500 million. And this is also happen in when you see in Instagram or on another social media platform, when they just post this area and then they gain a lot of likes and comment. And this is also some other women try to speak up when they are said just to accept their own body or something like that. And I think it's a I don't know how to say it, like it's a when you are already find yourself, when you are know your kelebihan, something like that, and you can use it as your tools or something and something. I think it's best when others can accept that too. But the problem is in Indonesia we're still facing a lot of like Livia once said, patriarchy system or patriarchy system. I will not say masculinity is bad because I'm totally masculine. Like the way I dress, the way I talk, the way I get into relation, it's so masculine. So I will not say that masculinity is bad. It's just how you to engage in society, something like that. But the problem is maybe what I see that when you want to achieve something bigger in feminism perspective, women should discuss or should maybe have a fixed idea or have a same goals, same ideation to fight for their justice. So maybe I still look that they are fighting each other, they are judging each other, and then they are how do you say it, like gossiping each other. It's not a good thing when you are try to defend yourself and defend your people. Maybe that is my open. Maybe I should continue the presentation first and make another comment. Thank you, Emma.
Interesting comments from Mr. Eka. Okay, now we move to Mr. Ahmad Fatullah first, and then Mr. Sani.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Aji, for this precious time. Here, I want to say a huge apology that I faced a little bit connection problem previously, so I don't know about the previous discussion. Maybe something that I comment here is not quite related with the topic that we discussed in this recent time, but something that I want to share is related to the previous question: does beauty related with brain? For me, when we could make a question, does beauty related with brain, so we can make the other question, that is, does brain related with does brain related with beauty? So for me, when we say that yes, beauty is related with brain, so brain brain related with beauty. In my opinion, when we want to share that beauty is related with the existence of our life. Probably I will make, I want to make a tendency to the number 4 of this assumption, because yeah, we are heritable. We are born from our ancestor, from our parents, and it is our existence in this recent time. But that is not the problem that we need to feel insecure. For me, something that is more important is about what can we do related with our existence in our life. Can we share something beneficial to our life to be much better? Can we share something that will provide um, something provide that can make our community happy? Or can we give the commitment to our family? Can we share something good to our nation and our life, and we can be remembered as a well person in the end of our life? That is something that is more important to be focused on, rather than we say, am I beauty or not, and what will people think about me? For me, when we want to say that what are people think about me, um, it's related with what we conduct to them. It's not related to our appearance from our born. So yeah, I will say yes, there's beauty. Yes, there is a relation between beauty and brain, but I rather than make the other perspective that yeah, there is relation between brain and beauty, because with brain we can what how to say bersyukur, gratitude with our existence, and we can share something more beneficial to the people. Just thank you, Mr. Aji, for
Okay, now Mr. Sani.
I just want to also comment in Satoshi Kanazawa and Jodiel Kapoor related explanation regarding just beauty related with brain. So guys, at the same time, uh, we as humans are gifted. We have two different type of gifts from God. The first is brain. The second one is heart. So the next question should be, does beauty related with heart? Okay, so um, each type of beauty, be it related with brain or be it related with heart, I believe it is something that really mysterious. When it comes to brain, it means beauty is engulfed or perceived as a perspective of smartness of someone. So regardless of face, as long as you're smart, as long as you can answer all the questions, as long as you can help others doing their homework, doing their IELTS writing tax contacts to in a more vision way, I believe you can be considered so handsome and so beautiful despite your appearances. And the second one, that's beauty related with heart. So even though you're short, you are not that really tall, just like Opa Opa in Korea. You know that's really smart in dancing or singing a song. But if you really have compassion, you know how to care, you know how to open your eyes, how to let somebody open their minds to embrace you, to give some openness, to close the distance. Okay, I believe that everyone can change their assumption because it's not only related with brain, but with how people judge us. This is something so terrible and dangerous at the same time. Okay, so beauty is strongly not only related to the brain or the heart, but also how society react to our perceived beauty. Okay, so this is really quite heavy discussion, but I really like it. Yeah. So we cannot separate ourselves from the society. Yeah. But but the key is to accept ourselves. I believe self-acceptance, self-esteem, because our confidence will truly inspire others to appreciate us, and that's how they start to assess our beauty's definition. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I, for a minute before you continue again to next slide, Miss Emma?
Is there any people raise their hand?
Still, I think I see.
Okay.
Okay, my time. Just a few minutes. I guess beautiness is social constructed. So it means when we want to look beauty or want to look masculine, it means we should fulfill the expectation of society. In fact, impossible. So I do agree with statement of Susani. We should accept ourselves, whatever we have, and improve our abilities, maximize it to to achieve that calls self-actualization. So it is how the way we live in this uncertain world. We live in colonized world by Korean K-pop culture now. No, this is kidding. But maybe that is my opinion, Ms. Emma. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for giving the opinion. I will move into the next slide. Next. It is the previous slide. Next. Gee, next slide.
This is right?
Yeah, this one. Is it like?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I will. Okay. Erotic capital. It's something that rarely people talking about, notably in the scientific things. So why talking about attractiveness and then the importance of behavior to obtain something, it is rarely being taught. The first one, it is about the male bias in perspective. If we are looking into the 20th or 19th centuries of sociologists or psychologists, most of them were coming from male or masculine gender as the scientist itself. So I think most of people already know men usually they don't take into account about the body, about the appearance. That's why they never put any importance of appearance into the sociological theory or into other social science. And also what I've what I've learned before, talking about erotic capital, it's already found around 21st centuries when women they have the power to involve in the social science area. I mean, so following to the next point, the role of religion. Well, like in Christian, we are not taught to respect other people by their appearance, but by their heart or their behavior and etc. That's why erotic capital, it's not something that you should be considered when you wanna treat other people or you should treat to yourself. And also in here, she told about the Muslim itself. They have to using veil or covering their face. If you wanna show other gender, not doing something that something that you have to show to your own partner, like that. And into the last point, in this book, it said the failure of feminist theory. In feminist theory, it said that beauty is something that you shouldn't consider as your power. It's something, the product of patriarchy or the male perspective into the beauty. Rather than thinking about the appearance, you should think about your brain or your education and something like that instead of the erotic capital. But the problem is like this: not all women have capabilities in knowledge, like the model or maybe the entertainer. I'm not saying they are stupid, but I'm saying they are lack of knowledge rather than they being unemployed. So they exploit the something that they have. It is their physical appearance or maybe their behavior that they easily adapt to their society. That's why feminist theory, they tend to put the body beauty as the subordinate things. And notably, right now it's the era of body positivity. You should accept. You should accept whatever you are. You are fat or thin or etc. You should accept it. So but people, they don't want to tell the truth, their heart. It's like people don't want to being honest, brutally honest to other people. Yeah, body, it's not something important or etc etc. They say something vice versa from their truly heart. In the reason of that, erotic capital, it's something that's not really being told. uh Moving into the next slide. So in the end of presentation, do you think that people should utilize their erotic capital, just utilize it and then use it? Or yeah, we just have to accept our body, whatever you are fat or you are average, yeah, it is your body. Don't, there is no one that can impose you want to be whatever you want. Don't think about the beauty standard or maybe the social standard, just being unique person. So guys, what do you think about this one? Because if in my own opinion, I'm not I'm not choosing one of them. I just choose like between on them, between erotic and body positivity. Sometimes I'm not saying that it is weird, but it's like why they just accept the fat women but they never accept the skinny one. Usually they just, yeah, you can be fat, you can be every whatever you want and whatever you want, but they never show that, yeah, if you want to be skinny, it's okay. If someone that have eating disorder, so they being thin, what I found from the Journal of Body Positivity, they tend to say the skinny, I mean the small woman, they are having the eating disorder, but the fat woman, let's say the obese or overweight, they are, yeah, it's okay, their body, but being fat, it also has the eating disorder, but maybe it's like binge eating and etc. And also why body positivity is never being applied to other men, why it's only mostly it is to women. Yeah, men has their own choice to their body too, right? It's not only women, but why it's more empowered to women too, woman itself. So why, guys, what do you think? It's it that, yeah, it should be in body positivity or erotic capital? Maybe other women, I wanna know the perception of women. I just know from Livia. How about like other women? Do you think, is it like, yeah, erotic capital shouldn't be taken into account, it shouldn't be important, or what? Maybe
Rani, Zulfa, Vicky, come on, speak up.
Yes.
Or
I
maybe you
want to
can
know
point
the
out.
perspective of women.
You can point out one of them. It's just one.
Okay. Zulfa Ilma, how?
Zulfa, time is yours.
Zulfa.
Maybe other um
Yeah, it's quite hard
other
topics.
person.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
cannot to answer.
Okay. Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Zulfa. The other person first. Miss Vicky.
Okay, thank you for your uh, opportunity for tonight, and thank you for Miss Emma for the big topic and beautiful topic for tonight. Uh, Before I will to talk about my statement about the about the body erotic and body positivity. Uh, I will say that I totally agree with Miss Livia opinion that every woman or man who looks good and is able to maximize the her or his potential has a big opportunity because we know that in this world we cannot deny it because the I'm sorry, the world already have agreement which states the appearance is also important. Then what about the ugly people? Of course they will have the fans in appreciating themselves, and this will indirectly lead to conflict and division in the problem. uh, about the body positivity and body erotic, I want to give an opinion on feminism and patriarchy before that, especially regarding about the veil, because the veil indirectly shows the identity of the Muslim woman. Actually, since the begin, we know that we have never known clear about the boundaries between the patriarchy and feminism, and also about the body erotic and body positivity. But it needs to be underlined that from the beginning we have been in an agreement that states that being beautiful is everything in this world. So maybe I will comment on this theory from the religious perspective, because I come from the from the religious education in Jakarta. I believe that before about the erotic, the power of erotic, I think the I think I I lost my word. I'm sorry, because this I believe who the ugly people especially who believe in religion will state that there is no difference except from goodness. So that in religious perspective, I would like to say that when the world is controlled by the erotic capital, especially about the beautiful man or beautiful woman, I believe that religion from the ugly people will be only way to confine that after that they are nothing equally nothing difference by a beautiful and by the ugly people, because they are the another life before this world between beautiful and ugly, because the important thing in this world about the goodness, especially about the body erotic and body positivity. I think the the two term in about that it's not important. It's not important without a goodness. It's not important without this, because I think in this world we need to have a goodness, to have goodness to other people, and then we need many people to have many people, especially many people are smart or intelligent, to give a more uh, how to say perubahan. I lost my word. Perubahan in this word become to the good life before after today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss, for giving the opinion. And how about
Miss Reni.
other people opinion?
Miss Reni first.
Okay. Who?
Miss Reni.
Miss Ernie. And also, how about the, yeah, Miss Reni.
Sorry guys, yeah. Hello. Reni,
Hi.
just me or another Reni in here?
Maybe you. It's okay.
Okay. Sorry, what the question? I'm so late to join this class.
It's okay. It's okay, Miss. It's okay, Miss. So, do you think that we should live in the body positivity, or yeah, we should have the erotic capital? Do you already get the, what does it mean, erotic capital?
Wait, I will understandable for it.
Okay.
It's all about make insecure anyone. Okay, you can close it. Thank you for sharing. Regarding of how is it popular. Agree or not? I think I didn't agree because body positivity is like make insecure for anyone. All is same for the body, for the what to say, the fat or the slim body is I think same. They are same to breathe, take a breath in this world. So I didn't agree with it. And then once again, just make for to be yourself. Don't trust anyone and don't thinking a lot about the comment, how to say, comment from the netizen. You are fat or you are like the ugly or you are so beauty. That is just bullshit. For me, that is just bullshit. So just to be yourself again and again. Maybe just it for me, miss. Thank you.
Okay, before we are
Miss
moving
Reni.
to okay, before we are moving
Nothing.
to
I mean,
come back to men. Now the last program and change. Miss Livia, what's your opinion, Miss Livia?
Is Aji call my name?
Yes, of course. What's your opinion about?
What do you ask?
Okay. I will share the screen and you can see. Do you agree or not about this? Wait. That's it. Which one do you agree or disagree with? Or do you have another opinion about this?
Is it me who has to answer?
Yeah. You should answer.
I didn't get it. Sorry.
Okay. We've been explaining a lot of things about erotic capital and slightly about body positivism. Which one do you agree? Should we maximizing our own erotic capital?
Oh, from the woman perspective,
Oh,
okay.
yes.
From me, I agree about erotic capital since I found that so many women who are like become successful and to be seen and to be valued as successful women, they are not just beautiful, but they are also charismatic and have some skills like a lot of experience in their expertise, and also some kind of leadership skill, beauty itself. But yeah, beauty it become one of the essential aspect also in order to be seen as the real woman with uh, you know, tanda kutip, in this kind of society. Thank you.
Okay, nice. Thanks to
How about Mr. Eka? I want to know his opinion.
Mr. Ahmad Fatullah first. He had raised his hand, and then Mr. Eka, of course. Okay, Mr. Ahmad.
Oh,
Okay. For me, it depends on the condition that faced by the person itself. I mean, when this person has the aim or the goal or something that he give a huge ambition to grab, so probably that person will be intended to choose the erotic capital because of their maybe of their capability or something that they have to be much optimized to show and make their life much better. But in other circumstances, when they suppressed or maybe then when they feel insecure because of many unlogical condition that will make their heart broken, so they need to think about their body positivity to make sure that they are in the well condition even though what was happened, maybe that when they face a failure or maybe then they face something that bad or something shit happened, maybe the body positivity will be the other choice of the other circumstance of their life. So for me, which one which I choose, it depended on the circumstance that faced by the person who choose these options. Thank you.
Of course, Mr. Eka first before I'm going to the other who hasn't spoken up yet. Now to Mr. Eka, 3 minutes.
Maybe I put some comment first when you put feminist theory failure. I think it's important because I don't know if West feminist theory can implement it in Indonesia, because we have seen that so many misunderstanding about feminists. Like how I forget what edition that we talk about feminist long time ago in OTA, right? I thought I said that feminist is like the academic word, the academic the academic word that means that feminist is uh, all the justice theory, to all combine all the justice theory plus their its capability to dismantle the language of justice. And in Indonesia we see that just like what I get from Vicky, that a lot of feminists that judging about when women choose to be a housewife, or they want to dress like in the Middle East. I think feminists cannot judge them because their own choice. This is all about feminists, right? They're about choice. It's different when it came from oppressed or what the word oppressed, right? When you forced to do it, it's different thing. And the other one is about feminists in modern society. It's about the politics of difference. Maybe it will connect with the last question, about body positivity or erotic capital. The politics of difference that I know it's about you cannot leave left no one left behind, something like that, maybe for the short version. So when feminists judge about what PSK, how do you say PSK in English, judge about PSK or something, and and not slut, different. When they judge the work and they judge about housewife, why don't you choose another career beside housewife? You can just do it, because feminist is all about the ethics of care, how you feel it, how you speak about your justice, and etc etc. Maybe that's my opinion about feminist theory failure, because maybe because it's too many information from the West, and we see how successful feminism in the West, when they are fight for their vote, fight for their rights to divorce, something like that. I think it motivates them to being feminazi. My language for the radical feminist is feminazi, because they to just like want to, they speak about feminism, but the word all about domination, about how we tackle man. It's not about the man. I think it's about the system. It's different thing. And for the last question about body activity or erotic capital, I don't know how to answer it, but in my experience in politics, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you look like. What I care is what you can do for me, and what you can do for the party. For example, like for example, there are a celebgram once comes to me, and and she said that she she knows many people, and she knows a lot of channel to bring a lot of money, but after 3 months they just nothing. No money, no more, no people that came into. So I think when you can maximize about erotic capital, it's okay, it's fine, because I just find out that a lot of people wants to join me or wants to work with me, because they just how do you say it, like they kagum, they just kagum at me, and then some of them wants me become their boyfriend or something. I think it's when you can maximize about your capability about art capital, I think it's okay, because a lot of telegram they maximize their beauty and something, and they, because they have a team, they have staffs to provide the issue or something. I think it's good, just like what for example, like what whose name Karin Novilda did in Reklamasi Bali, or when she helped in Bandung. Yeah, there's something she helped in Bandung. So I think she maximized her erotic capital to gain support and gain fundraising or something. I think it's good. And body positivity, it also this campaign, I think it's happened because of their ethic of care. When women start the campaign about feminism, they campaign about the ethic of care. It's different with men. Men is the ethic of men is ethic of rights, what their needs, what they agree about, and something. But woman is different. It's about ethic of care, about what they feel, about what injustice happened to their body. So body positivity is like the campaign to make sure that women don't influence by other beauty. Just think about your beauty, just think about yourself, and that is your value, and you can do more with that. So just like what I said before, I don't in politics, for me, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you look like. as long as you can give something for me, and you can do whatever maybe I instruct or I order, something like that. And also it's different when men, just like the masculinity. I don't know about other men in this room. What I feel that when men talk about themselves, when they got bully, when like, you're so skinny, you're too ugly, they just laugh and make their something like the meme, or they just bullying is not bully, how do you say it, like bercandain each other and something and something. It's different with women. So that's why we need more effort to feel the difference between man and woman. When men get offended when we said that you have a small in quote penis, we just like we laugh, oh no, you are smaller, you smaller, you smaller, and but I got lost long lasting, something like that. It's different with women when we say small, how you say, boob, something like that. It can be so depress her or something like that. I think it's our duty to make sure that our relation can be good, and we can bridge our differences between man and woman. So that's all about feminism. We can relation our difference. It means social politic of difference. Thank you, Aji.
Oh, yes, quite good. Enlightenment explanation about feminism. Oh, by the way, the time will be end up. I just give 1 minute to the person who hasn't spoken up yet. I will start with Mr. Zafa. Mr. Zafa, 1 minute to you to give your opinion.
Okay, you can hear my voice. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'm just sorry because it's here in here is crowded because I'm in cafe, so it's a right crowded, and I wanna say I don't know, especially regarding more experience in our topic, but I will say about body positivity. Is it can relate it by body shaming and bullying, because every people have a perfect body, like a woman and or man, of course have a like arrogant to someone else, and of course when the perfect body itself made like have a maybe not perfect body will do bullying to them and make every people feel I is in my body, and I don't believe to my body, and I don't how to say percaya diri and confident to my body, because she have she has perfect body and I'm not have. And especially in Indonesia is a general problem and general statement, and of course
30 seconds.
body shaming is yeah, okay, and of course is a make every people feel is a not is a useful. And of course I hope the body positivity make someone like protect someone is not like have arrogant or do bullying, and yeah, maybe. Thank you.
It's such interesting, fabulous. Now, Mr. Siswaji, time is yours. 1 minute.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, talking about this one about body positivism, or maybe about this erotic capitalism. Yeah, I do not know more about this theory, but yeah, just I can give conclusion for my opinion about this situation. That yeah, of course, every people has different body, and of course, yeah, this is that God give for us. So yeah, just for myself, just keep our body to be hot and to be active, because we not we not give some value from the condition of the body itself, but how many or how much productivity that we can create from our body itself. And also, if we have a good quality in education, and also we are smarter than other people, so it can be one point that we are in the higher level with others. And also, not only about telling about ourselves, our body or ourselves, but also we have to with others, because if we have a good in situation, maybe in positive body positivism, or maybe what how to say heretical capitalism itself. But if we do not care with others, so it can be unbalanced for in social relation with others, because we live in this world not as alone, but we live together with other people. And also, yeah, having a good heart or the chance to be others, it can be one point that we are not only have a good situation or good condition for our body, but also we have can can show our inner beauty to others. And also for the beauty or beautiful itself, this is can be subjective, because everyone has their own idea about beauty or beautify itself. Okay, thank you very much.
Amazing, amazing. Now let's move to Mr. Andre Sanjaya. Andre, are you with me? Mr. Andre Sanjaya? Okay, maybe I will coming back to you later. Now let's move to Mr. Dimas. Mr. Dimas, are you with me? Dimas
Hello, I am
Asaryadi.
here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello,
Okay.
Mr. Aji.
Yeah, we hear you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Aji. So I'm Dimas Asaryadi. Good evening. I got the invitation from Mr. Gibo, Mr. Indrevanov. So honestly, I don't understand enough about the topic tonight about the erotic capitals. But my question is general. Talking about erotic capital, that how to get another model by using our model erotic capital, sexual capital. I mean, so my question is, even the women can manage the erotic capital, like the competency, creativity, and etc. So my question is, there always be sexual harassment happen to the woman. Did you get my point? Did you get my point about sexual harassment? So how is there any solution how to prevent the sexual harassment that can be happen to the women in context erotic capital? Thank you.
Okay, before answering that, I will give chance to the next speaker. Miss Emma maybe will answer it later in the very last time. Now I want to move to Mr. Ridwan. Mr. Ridwan first. Mr. Ridwan. Okay, come back again to Mr. Andre. Mr. Andre, are you with me? Okay, maybe just go to the last section to Miss Emma. Would you want to answer the question from Dimas?
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I do not expect that I will get the question regarding sexual violence in erotic capital topics, because I think that sexual harassment, it's not about the wrong of women. What they want to represent themselves. They want to show off their cleavage, or they want to look beautiful. Well, the case that I've seen a lot of things about sexual harassment, it's not because they are using the sexy clothes or etc. It is because the mind of the predator itself. So if in erotic capitals, I don't have anything that I have to say, what should I change in erotic capital? Yeah, it means that we have to change the perception of the predator. You couldn't do that thing without the consent. If you want to touch her body, it's okay as long as she approve it. But if she doesn't want you to touch it, yeah, of course you don't have any allowance to touch it. That's it.
Okay, got it, Miss Emma.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Emma.
Okay, thank you so much for all of the audiences. Now is 10. Okay, this is the last of our discussion. Before we end the discussion, I have some vocabularies, which is our usual task to share it. But sadly, I just put it in paper. I will maybe read it in our group. The first, the vocabularies may be not so familiar with us is sex appeal, dialectic sexual. The second is about liveliness, keaktifan. The third about, what's that? Good looking, femininity. Oh no, just term. Superiority, surplus, advantage, kelebihan. Ambivalence, dua perasaan yang bertentangan, like Mr. Eka songs. Okay, the next is tanda kutip, quotes, quotation marks. Yeah, that's it. Kagum, amazed. Not only that I've written in my sheet paper. Okay, before we end the discussion, thank you so much to Miss Emma who was bringing so very nice topic today. I really appreciate it, and all of your audiences who gave a lot of insight to me and to the others. And before we close this door, oh, I'm not a Degaruser, sorry. Before we close the discussion, let's open your camera first and take a picture for a while. Oh yeah, Mr. Abida with a sign like this. Are you sporting passport number 2? Okay, let's opening your camera, guys. Mr. Angga, Mr. Ridwan, Miss Reni, Miss Zulfa. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry, Mr. Kudori, I forgot. Oh my goodness. Okay, in the next occasion, I will give you more opportunity to pick up.
Because I'm so sorry because I was late to join this meeting.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Next time.
Yeah, that's never mind.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I will count it 1, 2, 3. This is 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Again. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Hello, Ota.
Yesterday you say
tomorrow.
See you next time.
Yay.